Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. It is Wednesday, June 26th, 2019. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so let's begin. First up, head of Massachusetts RMV resigns aimed fallout from Randover crash. The head of the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles has resigned aimed the fallout from a deadly crash in Randover that killed 7 people associated with a marine motorcycle club. Massachusetts Department of Transportation Secretary and CEO Stephanie Pollock said she has accepted the resignation of the registry, Aaron Devine. The truck driver involved in the crash, 23-year-old Vladimir Zanzowski of West Springfield, has pleaded not guilty to 7 counts of negligent homicide. According to Pollock, the Massachusetts RMV did not act on information provided by the Connecticut Department of Motor Vehicle regarding a May 11th incident that should have triggered the termination of Zanzowski's commercial driver's license. Pollock said that also would have triggered a 7-day notification process for suspension of his non-commercial license. Former Mass DOT Chief Operating Officer Jamie Tillis will take over as acting Register of the RMV. Pollock said Tillis will lead an in-depth review of the registry's state-to-state data sharing process to ensure the RMV acts as quickly as possible on any information shared by other states. According to the statement, Zanzowski received a Massachusetts personal driving license on April 25th, 2013, and received a Class A license or CDL on August 3rd, 2018. His driving record includes a violation for operating under the influence of liquor on June 26, 2013, and a disposition of that violation on June 16, 2013. He received suspension and attended education classes for this violation, including a youth alcohol program, since he was under the age of 21 at that time. The Zanzowski's driving history did not have a number of and type violations that would have disqualified him under state and federal law from obtaining the Massachusetts CDL in August 2018. On May 11, 2019, Zanzowski received violation for an alleged OUI incident and refusing a chemical test in East Windsor Connecticut. When an incident occurs out of state, that state provides information to the Massachusetts RMV to trigger a series of state and federal guidelines regarding suspensions or evictions for various type of licenses. The refusal of a chemical test results in the automatic termination of a CDL. The OUI incident would automatically trigger a 7-day notification process for suspension of his non-commercial license in accordance with the Massachusetts law. To the Massachusetts RMV's knowledge, the Connecticut DMV failed to provide significant information through the federal CDL system upon his OUI offense on May 11th and refusal of a chemical test for the violation to automatically apply to his Massachusetts driving record. A notification from the federal CDL system would have resulted in immediate termination of his CDL. On May 29th, the Connecticut DMV sent a message to the Massachusetts RMV through the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators, the state-to-state messaging system for registries regarding Zaki's OUI on May 11th. The message did not contain significant information to automatically input his OUI into his Massachusetts driving record and therefore did not automatically trigger the 7-day notification process for his non-commercial license suspension in accordance with Massachusetts law. While the Massachusetts RMV system could not automatically process the message, it generated a notification for manual review. The manual review had not been performed by RMV personally as of June 23rd, which is why the May 11 chemical test refusal does not appear on Suzuki's driving record and why his license had not been suspended in Massachusetts. Dow features turn positive ahead of open as investors designate Powell's comments. U.S. stocks index features were slightly higher Wednesday morning as Fed Chairman Powell downplayed chances of a rate cut and argued that any decision will be based on a broad scope of information. Mueller agrees to testify before 2 House committees in July. The House Judiciary and House Intelligence Committees have subpoenaed former Special Counsel Robert Mueller for his testimony before Congress, according to a press release issued last night. Mueller is expected to sit before both committees in 2 separate open hearings on July 17th. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a newsy part coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.